What is up, BOFA Sports? I'm Patrick. I'm going to be your host for today, and let's just get to it. Teams of college football, y'all are under the microscope today. Let's get it. So, a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago or something like that, Nebraska has mentioned that they are going to cancel their spring game. And fast forward to Thursday, it looks like Texas and USC is doing the same thing. Now, this is coming on, this is coming a year down the road from Florida State canceling their spring game last year before the season started. And, well, the reason why they canceled theirs was because they were doing stadium renovations. But with Texas, USC, and Nebraska now canceling their spring games for this season, brings up an interesting take on college football. Now, I guess some of the coaches are coming out saying that they don't really want to put the boys out there and risk an injury before the season starts. Totally agree with that part. They want to get more benefits out of a practice because of something about they only have 15 days from that moment to get them ready for the first game of the season. I agree with that part. They're wanting to get the best out of the players. So I mean, and there's a lot that makes sense. Plus, NILs making these young men worth a lot of money, and so they want to see them on the field opposed to being injured off of a game that, well, truthfully, doesn't mean anything. So I think it's an interesting topic because down here in the SEC, a lot of fans love this game. Georgia with the red and black, Texas with the burnt orange and white, and the list goes on and on. Kentucky with the blue and white. Those games are very interesting for the fans of the SEC because it just gives the fans a little bit to see before the season starts. And and I get it. I get it from a fan standpoint because I watched the game, and this is like one of the only games that I've watched throughout the entire season that it doesn't mean anything, and I'm just watching it just to be curious about how the team is looking before the season starts. But we all know that all these teams that are of the high caliber, they always have what me and Charles call a cupcake team before they even get started. So they get one of those teams that's just really low hanging fruit, come in, put a whipping up on them at home, mind you, and then they got all the rust knocked off, and then they continue with their season. To be honest with you, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Get rid of the spring game. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need it in college football. I don't think we need. Be honest with you, I was looking at some of the stuff in spring training for baseball, and I'm getting to wonder if I even care about spring training. It's you. These games don't mean anything to the regular season, and they don't mean anything to you winning a championship. So between spring games for college football, spring training for MLB, the 2 or 3 games they have for the NFL before they get started. I say do away with all of these spring games. Don't do them anymore. Just get them ready, and if they can't be ready before the season starts, that's their own fault. They should be ready. They should be ready to go. This is the reason why they play at this high level, at this high caliber. These high caliber levels. This is the reason why they get drafted in these MLB or major league teams, and this is the reason why you get recruited at this college level to play for these teams. I do see it from a couple of other standpoints as well. I mean, we all know what most of these spring training games are for. It's for the coaches to see what they have that's sitting on the bench so that they know how to fill their roster. I get it. I understand. But to be honest with you, you should be able to see that in practice. So Anyway, I think it's an interesting topic because there's going to be people that say, "Oh, I agree with it, and I think we should get rid of it." And there's going to be someone that's like, "Man, as a coach, I want to see what I got. I want to see what I got on the. Oh, I got to see what I need to have on the bench. What I'm going to be playing with in case of an injury throughout the season, so I know how to fill that spot." And I mean, I guess you could go either way. It's a good topic of conversation. So that's where I'm going to leave it at. I agree that I think they should go. Just like the All-Star games, they should go. But this game needs to go faster than the All-Star games because these games don't mean anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the All-Star games don't mean anything either, but these games literally mean nothing. They don't have any kind of need at all. So I'm agreeing with the coaches, especially Sarkeesian, in what he was saying. He's like, this is a pointless game, and I don't want to put my boys out there to risk getting injured because some of these teams that play in these playoff games, they're going to get three. They could get 3, 4 more games other than these other teams that didn't make it. So they're going to have many more games to go through. So don't risk putting them at injury 3 weeks before the season starts because they were playing in a spring training game that meant nothing. And I agree with this because there was a couple injuries several years back in Georgia that happened during that game, and it was season-ending injuries that could have been avoided if you just didn't play in the game. So that's what I'm breathing on. You know what we do. Put those comments and feedbacks down here. Smash that subscribe button and let us know what we're doing, good, bad, ugly. It don't matter. We love all the comments and respond to all the feedbacks. So until next time.